The Paradis development came to an unceremonious halt in 2008, the same year it was slated for completion. Tourism Minister Senator Chastanet says the halt was linked to the collapse of CLICO, the main financier of the project. The development has since remained in limbo for over a year with no clear indication as to the way forward. Chastanet says through government intervention, which included talks with the government of Trinidad and the central bank, a compromise was reached.
My understanding is that payment to CLICO or back to the government of Trinidad is supposed to be taking place within the next 2 to 3 weeks. On the completion of that, the developers DCG have been able to identify a new source of funding, which we're hoping that will be in place by the end of February, mid-March. And once that is completed, then it would be the remobilization of that project.
The Paradis is not the only project expected to resume this year. In his national address on Monday, Prime Minister Stephenson King informed the nation of other tourism developments.
Work on 2 other major hotels, Hotel Chocolat, which has already started, will intensify, and Point Hardy development is due to begin sometime later this year. The freeze in the global credit markets had severe repercussions for investment in large-scale tourism projects, not only in St. Lucia, but all over the world.
The tourism minister says the government is anxious for the project to be remobilized because it will provide 300 rooms. These will be needed because of increased airlift and marketing of the island.
It's midway, so clearly it's an environmental issue, and also clearly from the economic impact it was meant to have, particularly on the East Coast, which is one of the more deprived parts of St. Lucia. There's a significant role it needs to play. But it's a project that in many ways we inherited, and we've been working through to try to make sure that we can get implemented as the best way possible.
Meanwhile, the minister says Le Paradis should serve as a case study for government. He says there must be an examination of the procedure for authorizing these types of large-scale developments and determine whether it is faulty and may require a revamp. Lovely St. Amy, HTS News, Channel 4.